is doing good. I just want to do a really quick look with the new cinnamon. Okay, so this wasn't even recording and I was talking, and great. I was actually showing, I don't know what part stopped, about my filter, my priming filter. I used the Backlight priming filter from Becca, which I completely forgot about. And then I just, on top of that, I added a BB cream. It's Purlisse Radiant Glow. And I put a little bit here of just this priming filter, and look how gorgeous that looks. It really does look like you have a filter, and it has like these pearls that, as you turn with the light, especially with really good lighting, will give you this amazing blurred. It blurs everything. You can definitely, it's very light coverage when I'm using with a BB cream, so you can see my freckles like up close right here with lighting, and these pearls from the primer, you could see them, but it's almost like they're blurred with that really nice dewy radiant look that it gave us. Like, my under eyes right now are, horrible, black, really bad. I haven't slept in I don't know how long, and you can't even really tell because of the fact I haven't put concealer, you guys. Like, it's literally, I have to go with my full coverage always, but I forgot about this primer, and I was like, well, since I don't really feel like doing a full crazy makeup look, I just wanted to really try this palette. I've been waiting, and I haven't been feeling too good, so just wanted to do a quick eye look, and check out the new Cinnamon Bear palette. So anyway, I already started just doing our base and transition color here, and this is where you're going to go just back and forth. And one thing I was mentioning is some tips for people with hooded eyes, or very limited lid space, who find it very hard to blend like a really nice smoky seamless blend. And one of the main reasons is because they have such little lid space, they usually apply a color application up here so you can be able to see it when your eyes are open, not just when they're closed. But you definitely don't want to do that. Your application is going to go down here in your socket, and you could feel that. You could add some pressure there to where you feel that socket, and then in the windshield wipe movement, go back and forth. The blown out smoky effect that is going to go up higher is going to come from the blending. So you don't need to apply the color up here. That's a big no-no for people with hooded eyes. You want to really take advantage of everything, every single little bit of lid space. These tips will really help. So I'm just going in now with my blending brush. Remember, the way you hold the brush makes the whole difference. So make sure that you're holding your brush very light. Did you guys see that glow even my hands? Because I put it all right here, and oh my god, like, this one doesn't have it. This just has the light reflecting, but you could see, like, oh, my freckles there. Look. And look at the difference. You can't see the freckles on the other arm. It just looks glowy. Insane. That's insane. Okay, anyway. So with our blending brush, that's when you're going to go really light. Again, as light as you can, 2 fingers if you can. And just then you bring it up slightly higher. And all you're bringing up is the color that we already had here. You're not actually bringing extra color application. So that's what's going to give you that really nice, seamless, smoky blend. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the denser brush. You want a denser brush that's going, again, brushes are going to be important, especially for those who are wanting little tips and tricks for hooded eyes. I'm going to go with the darkest one, the chocolate dipped. And you apply that in like a V shape right here. So just kind of like a V shape. And right here you do want to be a little bit adding more pressure, and this is going to be holding onto the brush a lot closer because you do want a punch. Now, for another big thing about hooded eyes is you don't want to bring your eyeshadow down at all below your lash line, like going down this way. What's going to happen is you're going to end up making that look even more droopy and look really low. So instead of giving us a lifted, nice look. So if you need to, depending on, if this helps, use, the little card trick I've talked about before. And just put your card right where your lower lash line is, up to where, as high as you think you want to apply. So you see right there, it already kind of set. And it kind of really helps with setting also where your eyeliner might be, so it gives you a nice wing feel. So you see right there, just by doing that, look at the difference. This side already looks slightly lifted more than this one. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to blend it in a tiny bit more, just to diffuse it. Now I'm going to go in with Red Hot. Oh, that color looks gorgeous. And I'm going to apply that just a little bit here, right on top of where our transition color was. Very, very, very light. So it's not a lot of product that I'm adding. Just want to kind of diffuse that. We haven't even done much, and already this eye looks super smashed. All right, so another tip here for your, we're gonna go with cereal milk. I'm gonna do really quick look, and I'm gonna just do one eye, and the other one I can do off camera. And with a lighter shade, you're gonna go in and just kind of go under your brow bone, making sure that it's just nice and blended with just a little thin brush. Now, if you want to add highlight, as people will add that highlight right here. You want to try to make sure though, whenever you add highlight, you're adding focus to a certain area. So if you have a very limited lid space, you don't have a lot of that room, and you don't want to call focus to something that's going to maybe not bring it in. So what you can do is, when you use your highlight color, a lighter color, is use it right here, not right underneath the arch like most of the time, just a tiny bit. It's not going to be a huge amount, but it's going to give you, again, is opening this up, so it's giving you this eye a much longer, bigger eye, regardless of how hooded your eyes are. I don't really have very hooded eyes, or ever had hooded eyes, but I do have now a little bit of drooping now, because I'm a dinosaur, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So there is a little bit of drooping that happens, and that's life. So very, very simple. Now with your light color, this is another tip. When you normally want to add right here on the pop, on the edge, you want to add that lid space up here. You're going to bring that light color and bring it up higher. So you want to go up all the way to about here. So this is going to open up this area here, and again, it immediately is able to show a lot more of a larger, wider eye look. And then do that with a little bit of your highlight shade. Just bring it up a little higher than I normally just keep it here. But if you want to really give that wider look, larger look, and more cat eye look, for eyes with little lid space, that is what you want to do. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go a little bit. I'm just trying to really choose all the colors I possibly can. So I'm going in with a little bit of sweet and spicy here. Ooh, that's pretty. And then there's this pop of chili, the shimmer. So I'm going to try the shimmers. Let's see how they react with brush. Oh my god, yes. Oh yes, they definitely apply gorgeous with a blush. So I applied this darker one here on the outside. Again, this is going to be a super fast look, so nothing crazy. And then I'm going to use the cinnamon sugar, which is the lighter. And the cinnamon sugar I'm going to apply on the inner part of my eye. Can you guys see how pretty that is? Let me put some also with my, oh yeah. I mean, they definitely perform great with a brush, but when you see that, oh, when you add it with your finger, it really gives you a really nice pop of chili. Pop of chili. Okay, now another really nice tip: get a very thin brush. Kind of even have something like this that is domed, or like this. And what you're gonna do is make sure, get a good black eyeshadow. I have a million. I should have one here. Limited lid space to, you know, have those colors show. If you go with a thick eyeliner here, you're going to cover some part of that color, and that's what you're trying to prevent when you have you know, smaller lids or hooded eyes. So with your thin brush, grab the eyeshadow primer, and you can wet the brush if you like. Just make sure it's a good black, and you're gonna put that right here, almost like it's your waterline, but it's pushing into the lash line. You're pushing that black, so it's actually serving as an eyeliner without taking any space whatsoever on your lid, but you're still gonna have this complete eyeliner look and still can do that cat eye. Then here in the ends, you always want to connect from here, the bottom lash, to the top lash. You definitely want to connect that. Reason being is it closes up your eye, not closes it, makes it smaller, as far as giving you that longer lifted shape. If you don't connect it there, it kind of breaks apart and doesn't have that exactly nice lifted cat shape. And then you can just drag it a little more, and there you almost have set what your shape of your eyeliner is. So I mean, that right there, that makes a big difference between this eye. This eye looks more like a cat eye, looks more lifted. You can definitely see the eyeliner here. And if you still want to go ahead and do a wing, you definitely can. The only difference on your wing is you don't want to go over, like I said, to take up any of that lid space. Your wing started right here. And since I already have like a shape there, I'm just going to kind of trace it. So all you're going to do on the wing is do that on the outside part. And on here, add a tiny, like a little triangle, and bring it out. And that's going to also give you a little longer, the illusion of a longer eye. You definitely still can use your liner for your bottom waterline. And you know, actually what is amazing to use is a colored liner. Give us even more of a statement. And you can of course do this with any color, and sometimes even when you don't do your eyeshadow but you still want to kind of look made up and have a little statement, just a colored eyeliner. ColourPop has an amazing range of colors, so many colors, and they're just like that, and some mascara, and you're good. Wow, that looks so pretty. It's very simple. It took, I mean, what? That was like maybe so simple, but it took, you know, like 10 minutes. And if you need to clean anything up, remember one of the best tips you know, have a Q-tip handy, or have, you know, a really nice thin brush. And all you're gonna do to clean it up, you put a little bit of that primer and go up. And it's basically cutting at the same time giving a really, really nice shape. Cat eye closed. Look at how lifted this eye looks. And if you have hooded eyes, those tips are going to make a huge difference. You'll still be able to see the color even with your eyes open. So remember, even though you think you might need to have to apply color all the way up here to have that look that you can see that, you don't need to do that, and you don't want to do that, because then there's nowhere to blend, and that's when you get really harsh and patchy, and you don't get that nice seamless smoked out blend. So once you have, you know, apply it on your socket, and then with your blending brush very far up the handle, then just go and lightly sweep that up, bringing it up. So what you're doing is you're using that same shade and just doing it really, really smoky and seamless, and it just looks just amazing. And I cannot get over this, all the difference I have with good lighting and this. Like, that's all you need. Like, I even have it here, and you can see how nice it just like is glowing without even putting highlight on. So anyway, so yeah, so we basically used all of them except for the sweet and spicy. Let me get a little bit of the sweet and spicy and put that a little bit darker here, just a little more. Oh yeah. So now we go in and we're gonna do this similar on the bottom. So I'm gonna add the chocolate dipped, I'm sorry, and apply it on my lower lash line. I mean, not lash line, my lower. What we also did, just in case it got also dropped off, was we went ahead and applied a colored Waterline gel liner, so it could really pop. So we added like a reddish, oops, poke my eye out right there. And the eyeliner, since you have the limited lid space or really hooded eyes, we did that eyeliner by pushing it up on the lashes. It's like you have the liner, and you don't need to go in with a thick liner that's gonna cover your product, but you do want to bring it on just the corners. Would be the only place that you bring out your wing a little, and of course you want to go longer, that's definitely up to you. And then just a tiny bit on the corner to close it up and also make it a little longer. Make sure that your color does not go down like this, your eyeshadow, that you're not bringing it down, because you're going to make your eyes look droopier, and you definitely don't want that. You want your eyes to look lifted. Oh, wow. I didn't expect that. Hold on. That's a little bit more than I... Gorgeous, but it is I definitely did not expect that pigment. And now remember, with blush also, you can contour and really sculpt your face just with blush by, you know, bringing that a lot higher. And you're getting, look at the difference of those two looks. I mean, it's like day and night. You can't even, you know, this really brought up our eye to look longer, to look larger, rounder. Our face looks even more lifted this way. I am gonna dab off a little bit of that powder because that was a little too much. And so when you do that, you can just go in and grab some powder, and in a, you know, beauty blender or whatever if you like to use, and just dab it on, because that'll take a lot of the product. So I'm just doing the, since this primer is so crazy and glowy, not sure how it would work if you have really oily skin, but if it, you know, if need be, use that only for the areas on top of your cheeks, you know, this side of the face where you want to see that glow, and then leave the spaces like your T-zone if that gets oily, so that way you won't look too oily at the end of the day. Because I do get a little bit oily right here, my nose a little, and then my chin. So right there, we kind of mattified it a little bit. But I mean, that primer just does like a whole other level of just no contour, nothing. I mean, literally, I just wanted to look and play with the palette. Oh, it smells amazing. Like, it smells like cinnamon. Now, like I mentioned, it comes with a won't look too fake. So I'm just kind of gonna go on my line. I actually did go a little bit there. And here, remember, when you're doing this area here, you're doing the pointy edge, but once you get to this part, especially if you're going to overline a little bit, slant your pencil a bit. And that's going to kind of fill in and soften this area here, make it a little plumper looking, but without being too harsh. So just slant it there. See how it kind of colored in a little bit. So straight here. And then slant a little bit here. Okay. This is the, it's just so sore and congested and all right, let's see what this baby looks like. Oh, pretty. It kind of reminds me of the Lady Balls from Too Faced, but it's a little darker. Lady Balls is a little brighter red. I think a little more orangey red, maybe. And this might be a little more blue toned, undertoned. Oh, you guys, it smells. Oh, it smells delicious, you guys. Okay, I just realized I still haven't done my other eye. That's okay. You're trying to condense these videos and make them as short as we can, so you guys can actually take your time to be able to watch them. Yeah, I love this. So pretty. If you wanted to darken it up a little bit, then you certainly can, because you guys know makeup is like my therapy, and it really does just give me life. The lipstick is gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. There is a little bit of some are very pigmented, but some are a little bit trickier, like the chocolate dip is a little bit trickier to blend as good, with not the most pigment, but the Red Hot and the pop of the shimmers really, really are pretty. And if you apply them with your finger, they definitely do give a lot more of a punch. So you could do that. And then I did the darker color in the end. So yeah. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty good. I just had to try it. I had to. It's just like, oh my god, my hair is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. I still have to do my other side. Walk around like that and forget that I only have one. That would be funny. That would be, I can just imagine myself like walking into a store or something and just having one eye. I guess it wouldn't matter, because with the mask and everything, nobody even notices. All right. Okay, guys, I'm totally losing my voice now for sure. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll go ahead and do my other eye and show you again another little look from this gorgeous Too Faced holiday edition. I hope you guys can get it, because it really is beautiful. I mean, everything's full size, that lipstick, and the bag is just the cutest. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sorry if I'm a little but it's all good.